All right, there he is, ready to rock and roll. How you feeling, my man? You feeling good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Headed up to Orlando tomorrow. Haley gets in tomorrow afternoon. A little mini vacation for her birthday.
All
So
right.
cranking out some work before we go. But yeah, man, feeling good.
I'm in Atlanta right now. So here for a concert for a couple of nights. I'll be watching The Cure for a couple of nights. So you tell me, what is the cure for Stephon Diggs? Why is he still bitching and complaining about the Cincinnati loss? Apparently, that's his problem, and he has a problem with Josh Allen. Tell me that this problem won't be solved, and he'll be a petulant little child throughout the entire year, and this will cause problems for the Buffalo Bills. Come on, cough it up.
I don't know about all that. Look, I was just talking about this earlier today. I will admit that, yeah, because it's not financially motivated, like this is a little more concerning than usual. But I think it just things like that arise when you're in the locker room, you're on a team, you're in a facility with guys over and over and over again, day in, day out throughout the year. Like problems arise when you're comfortable enough with somebody, you feel good about not keeping it in. You feel good about letting it out and airing your grievances here. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. Obviously, the Cincinnati loss was tough for the Bills, tough for Bills fans to see. They got outplayed by a better team and a team that just mentally had more in the tank than they did. It was a difficult season for Buffalo last year, man. Player having to be revived on the field. It literally started with a player being cut because of rape allegations and accusations, and ended with a player having to be revived on the field. There's no way that team had any juice left in it for a Super Bowl run. Maybe Stephon Diggs did, and he was upset that nobody else did. I don't know, but I would assume that it's fixed because he's a top 5 receiver in the NFL right now. And you tend to, if he's upset, you tend to bend to those wishes.
So what you're saying is just throw him the ball more and more, and he won't cry like a little bitch. Is what you're saying.
It is as simple as literally give him the ball. Give him the ball. Give him the ball. I think that I don't remember the game as much. I think I fell asleep during that game. But from what I do remember and what I've seen, and if you just read the stat line, like it was an uninspired effort. It was an uninspired effort from Buffalo to get spanked like that on your home field after the Dolphins had kind of pushed them to the brink the week before. I'm sure it's still annoys him. I'm sure it still annoys him. I guess he wants to win though.
Get over it, bro. Everybody loses in life, dude. You lose a girl, you lose your boyfriend, you lose your husband, you lose your wife, you lose a game, you lose a hand at a blackjack table, you lose a hand in poker, you lose a lot of money, you lose in business, you lose your stake in your business, you lose your job. Get over it, bro. Shit happens to all of us, man. It's just to whine about that Bengals game now at this point, that shows me you're mentally not really a tough person, actually. And by the way, he's not, because if he doesn't get the ball, he needs to be consoled by his coach at halftime. I mean, that's the kind of bullshit that you're a grown ass man, dude. How about getting a little bit more mentally tough and learn to overcome adversity? Not whine like it. Come on, dude. You're getting the money. You're getting the ball. What more do you want?
Well, he wasn't getting the ball. That's why he was mad. It's like if Tyreek Hill says, "I want more targets,"
he gets the ball enough.
He gets Tyreek more targets.
He gets the ball enough, dude. What the hell, bro? I'd rather you listen. I'd rather you act more like Jimmy Butler. Okay, that's a superstar that could hog the ball all he wants. But he also has to get other people involved, and he shows leadership, that way. To me, this doesn't help your team in any way, shape, or form, because now your quarterback, which, by the way, I'm glad, because I don't want the Bills to be helped in any way, shape, or form. But now your quarterback goes into the huddle and steps out of the huddle thinking, first and foremost, I got to throw it to Stephon, or if not, he's not going to be happy. And guess what? Sometimes the other guys might be open. You throw to the open guy. That's what Tua does.
I think if you throwing to the open guy is fine as long as it works. But when you're trying to pass to Khalil Shakur and Gabe Davis instead of Diggs in one-on-one coverage, then I'd probably be upset too. I'd probably be upset too. I don't fault guys for wanting to win. I don't fault competitive spirit, competitive nature. And that's all I really see that's all I'm seeing in Diggs. That's all I'm seeing in Diggs is the guy wants to win. It matters. It probably weighs on you losing the conference championship one year, and then you can't get back to the conference game the next year because you're in some instant classic in the divisional round. And then you lose again after all you've been through the next year. Like, I'm sure it gets annoying. I'm sure it weighs on you. I'm sure it's not as easy as it is to say, like, oh, damn, I just lost a game of FIFA. Like, get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to fault him. I'm not going to fault him for doing that, for caring. But, like, it is something that I assume you get over once the next season starts. So when the season starts, I'm sure that they'll be over it. I'm sure they'll be over it. But I'm not going to tell them, get over a loss. Because that's like, I mean, you're not going to tell – you don't tell Tyreek X, yeah, get over that wild card loss. Oh, I think as a Dolphins fan, you want that to fuel you. You want guys to not feel that sting again, to not feel that loss again. So, like, I can't get on board. I can't pile on somebody being upset about a loss.
Oh, I can pile up. Let it go already, bro. You need to focus on the new season already. You just can't. You just and to you. Their problems were a lot deeper than just not throwing it to Stephon Diggs. Come on, dude.
And that's where I'm saying, like, that area concerns me more than I'm mad about a loss, is when somebody's upset and it's not financially motivated. Financially motivated issues can be solved as easy as a new contract. Here's more money. You want more money? Here's more money.
Yeah, but that ain't the issue.
When it's not money, when it's not, then you do look at it a little closer and say, like, oh, is there a fix? Is there a simple fix for this? And I guess we'll see.
And I'm with Jonathan Jensen. He better get used to it because he's going to be handed some more losses this year by the Dolphins. So, I'm looking forward to him whining a little bit more. I've always been a Hard Knocks guy. I enjoy the hell out of that show every year, pretty much. What do you think about the Jets? And I think that's actually Chicago sucks. Washington, because of Snyder, they're already thinking more in season anyway for that. When you look at it, the Jets are actually, out of that group of teams that were available, that's probably the best one to use for Hard Knocks. Although Aaron Rodgers is not built for that shit, but that's another story.
Is it confirmed that they're going that?
Not confirmed, but it looks like they're going. It's kind of leaning strongly in that direction. Put it that way.
Yeah, I could see them being interesting. Like, they got a certain kind of bravado to them up there in New York. I can appreciate the chip on their shoulder. I think that I just said this on a podcast earlier today too. I think the football world is overvaluing the Jets a little bit right now. I think we should, wait until we see it first before we start saying things like AFC East favorite, like Super Bowl contender, like title contenders, like windows open. I think because last year they were so clearly a quarterback away that it would make sense to, say, oh, well, they got a good quarterback now, they're automatically going to be good. It's not that easy. Like, I want to see how Aaron integrates here. I want to see how that offensive line stays upright because it wasn't healthy last year and it wasn't good last year, and they're not necessarily improved in 2023. But yeah, I mean, as far as interest go, like, their personalities, I mean, Sauce Gardner would be fun to follow around. I'm sure Aaron Rodgers, if he's open to it, would make for good television at the very least. I think the Dolphins would be a more fun team to follow around for Hard Knocks, but I don't think teams like that distraction. So fans shouldn't necessarily be upset if it's not chosen on their team. If their team's not chosen.
The Dolphins made the playoffs, buddy. Okay, they don't need to go. Okay.
I'm not saying they need to. I'm saying what teams I would be more interested in. The Dolphins have more personalities, I think, more star power, more people that would draw in a national audience than the Jets would. But
You are right. I'm just busting balls. That's all.
yeah, I was about to say, like, they don't need. I mean, shit. The last time they were on Hard Knocks, didn't Ocho Cinco get cut?
Oh god,
Like,
that Joe Philbin thing was a disaster.
yeah. So I think, like, after that, I don't blame the Dolphins for saying, like, we never want to go on this show again.
Well. We had Joe Philbin then, who like has no people skills whatsoever. Mike McDaniel would be a fucking star.
He's made for Hard Knocks.
A fucking star.
I was shocked that they didn't do it last year, but probably they're just saying, hey, new coach,
first year coach thing.
Yeah. Like he's made for Hard Knocks.
He would be a star. Elite. Yeah. The people that don't know McDaniel yet and haven't fallen in love with him, because everybody pretty much likes him. After you get to know him, you're like, dude, how do you not like this guy? He would be the darling in the NFL. Fans would like, wow, I like that guy. That guy's cool, that kind of stuff. And let me tell you something. Young people will love him because they can relate with people like that. They don't relate with the ogres, the people that are screaming and yelling, the classic football coach. Young people really don't relate with that kind of shit, unless they grew up old style with their parents and they're screamers too or something.
No, I think it would be. I think they're a tailor-made fit for a show like Hard Knocks or the Amazon Prime show as well. I think would be good.
Yeah, but Salah's serious, but but I like him. I think he's gonna. I think if he does it, I think he's gonna come off well. I think he's gonna come off respected. I think in this case, unlike let's say Joe Philbin, who was looked at like, what a goofball this guy is, that kind of shit. So I don't think Salah will come off like McDaniel because McDaniel has a personality that's, completely different than everybody else. But I think Salah will come off well. Aaron Rodgers is the one that I think it's going to be super awkward, bro. And they're going to have to edit out a lot of shit because he's going to say some crap that, they're not going to want to air. So
I would believe that it would probably need to be fairly heavily edited. Like, I don't know. I could also see him like trying to. He just has like a weird sense of humor, and right. I could see it not landing. I could see it not landing.
Yes. So yes, you're so right on that. Yeah. Tyreek Hill. What is it? The state attorney now has the investigation. Is that what it is? Right? Is that what it was? Yeah, state attorney.
The state attorney has received all materials, or they assume all materials related to this case. Wait and see if charges are filed. Again, this is something where like keep it in the back of your mind, but like I don't lose sleep over it until everything is out. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't know. I am ill equipped to comment on a case that I don't have all the materials for. All we know is what's been reported, that he slapped somebody in the back of the head or back of the neck. I don't know if any injury was sustained. I don't know any of that. It seems like the type of thing that gets settled out of court. I'm not sure. I don't feel like this is something we're suspending somebody over, but if it does happen, a game, it's not going to be anything lengthy. It would feel a little like hammer to an mountain out of a molehill, if you will. But that's just based on what we know that's been reported. I don't know all of the facts. I don't know if there were threats. I don't know if there was additional harassment. I don't know anything else other than what's been reported. So, abstain from, maybe speculating on what could happen, what might happen until, everything is released. Like, things like this, we learn it all eventually.
Bro, there's a stinking video. How have we not seen that video?
I thought somebody would have tried to make some money. I thought somebody was going to try to make some money off.
TMZ offered TMZ. TMZ offered him some good cash. They have turned down TMZ, dude.
They had to have, which is again kind of incredible. I thought it would be.
Wow, that guy's old school. Like, and he must be comfortable. He must have plenty of cash in the bank, man. I don't know who owns that or what corporation owns it or something. I think I think if I remember correctly, somebody mentioned it's not like some big corporation. It's kind of like a small company that owns, that whole thing there. But wow, they really don't need the money, because I would imagine that TMZ offered several $1,000s for that thing.
I have no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind.
I'm dying to watch. I'm dying to watch that video. See what the hell is going on.
If and when that does come out, then I guess we can opine a little bit more accurately. But until then, like, I don't know. It would be irresponsible to say he's facing XYZ. I don't know.
Hey, they keep telling me Dane Lillard has a ton of interest to play for the Miami Heat, yet I never see any of it ever. I never see him say it. All I ever see is the general manager say, we had a great conversation. We're going to build around Dane. That's it. I never see it, bro.
The latest is that he did not request, and he wants to see what they're doing in free agency. I don't know what he thinks they can do in free agency.
I don't know either, bro. I have no idea. By the way, as we'll continue talking about this every week. As time goes on, Dalvin Cook becomes a Miami Dolphin, right? Every day that goes by, it's one day closer that he becomes. That's the way I look at it, because I look at it like there's no market for him, and if there's a market, it won't be probably a team that has no state tax or whatever, like New York has it. So their deal would have to be significantly more for him to go there, to go to Miami. And it's probably only slightly less. And with the no tax state, that's not going to mean much. So I'm looking at it, I'm thinking every hour, every day that goes by, it's closer that he becomes a Miami Dolphin.
I would imagine so. I would imagine so, yeah. But again, I don't think he's in any rush. I think, his services are required. I think he knows that at a certain number that he can essentially pick his team. So, there's a fail safe. He's not here like Zeke Elliott, where I don't know if there's interest in Ezekiel Elliott. He might have to be an injury fill-in in training camp or midway early in the season. Somebody gets hurt, somebody tears an ACL, someone springs an ankle, something like that. I don't think Dalvin Cook is in that realm. I think he's still in his prime.
He still has burst, bro. He's still an explosive player. Zeke Elliott has no explosion whatsoever. He's not. Yeah, Zeke Elliott is going to be signed if somebody's super desperate and they have, several injuries. I think not even to your lead back do you replace Ezekiel Elliott with. I don't think so.
Yeah. So like he's not in the same. It's not the same realm. It's not the same conversation here. I don't think Dalvin is in any rush. I don't think he's in any rush. I mean, he's publicly flirted with the Dolphins now. Thinks it'd be a great fit, but I mean, I don't remember. I saw the answer. I don't remember the question, if he was asked specifically about the Dolphins or if he brought up the Dolphins under his own merit. Either way, if he was asked about the Dolphins, shit, man, it's not like he's going to say, I don't think it's a good fit. Every team with money is a good fit. Every team in the NFL is a good fit if you're a free agent.
All right, so we'll wrap it up with this. We'll ask you, Cam was in Disney with his family. You're going to Disney, okay? So the top 3 rides of all time for Marcel Louis-Jacques in all Disney World and Land parks. Since you are a West Coast boy, you've been to Land also. And I think they're both the same shit. They have pretty much the same rides. But just in case, I'm going to throw both of them in there. Every park, you name it, Animal Kingdom, whatever, any park you've been to. The top 3 Disney rides, start with number 3, work your way up.
All right. It's going to be tough.
No fence straddling here.
Wow. Okay, so caveat is I have not been on Tron and I have not been on Guardians, which are like 2 massive. So those don't count. Those don't count right now.
I haven't been on Avatar either. So yeah.
All right. I think I'm going to go number 3 is.
It's a Small World.
No, I'm going to go Space Mountain number 3.
Okay.
Go Space Mountain number 3.
You're going
Fast,
alpha. You're going
fun.
to alpha or omega. Which lane you're using in
I have
Space
no idea. It's been a long time since I've done Space Mountain, but I know that it was fun and it still resonates here. So
Okay.
Space Mountain number 3, just it's a staple.
Okay.
Number 2, part of me wants to say the California Screaming California in California Adventure over at
Right.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's the only legitimate roller coaster in the Disney park, like legitimate classic roller coaster
Okay.
that you're gonna find. Timeless, looks over the lake and everything, can see all the parks. And then I don't know how many people are gonna share this at number 1 because there's not a lot of sentimental value to it. But number 1, I'm going Hollywood Tower of Terror.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. That's a terrific ride.
I think it's the coolest freaking ride, man. I did it like 4 times as a kid. Like I loved being able to, especially in the Disney World version, when you get to the top and you see every single part. I love the fear that they drum up in you. I like the scenery in it, the little videos that they show, the background story of it. Like I think it's awesome. Especially like when you go up, like before you go up and you're in the shaft and that Disney trick glass pops in and like you got like ghosts all next to you. I think it's the coolest ride. Like definitely going on there in 2 days. Also want to do like the Star Wars run ride. Gonna do Guardians. Pray. I'm setting an alarm for 6:45, 6:30, 6:45 to get in the virtual queue. Hopefully that works. And then we're gonna have a good time. Hopefully get over to Universal as well on Friday and then be back by Saturday. But it should be a fun week, man. It'll be a fun week.
It'll be a great week, bro. It's how do you not have fun when you go to Disney and Universal?
The happiest place on earth, man.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Happiest place on earth. You got no kids. Like
kids or no kids, bro. Disney's
no kids
fantastic.
getting in for free.
Yeah, you got the hook up there. So that's
a good one. I told you. I'll never leave Disney or Florida for that reason, man. I can't imagine having to pay for all 3 hotel ticket and flight is
woo.
Yeah, that's I thank you for everybody who does because I'm sure it has an impact on my livelihood. Thank you for supporting the company, but I am not built like that yet.
No doubt. All right, man. Enjoy your week. We'll catch up later on in the week, my friend, and enjoy Disney. And follow him on Twitter at Marcel_LJ. You be good, buddy.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, sir. There you go. Welt Rheaume. Call my guys, Dan and Jeff, and they can help you out in so many different ways, folks. When we talk about bankruptcy, homeowner claims, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury, call Jeff Welt and Daniel Rheaume. Their offices are in Hollywood. You can call them from anywhere, man. Well, one of our listeners in Orlando drove down to hire Dan and Jeff. By the way, he probably didn't even have to drive down. He probably could have just called, which was awesome on his part. But you could call free consultation, 954-966-4646. Folks, these insurance companies are the worst. They're not looking out for your benefit. They're looking out for their own benefit. So make sure you call Welt Rheaume. They have their own adjusters. They will send their own adjusters, and then they will call the insurance company. You don't need to call the insurance company. You don't need to deal with that stress. You have enough shit to handle throughout life, right? The kids, the wife, the husband, job, career. You got so many things going on in your world. You don't have time to be tracking down these insurance companies. Let Daniel and Jeff take care of it. Welt Rheaume, they do an amazing job. Now, I saw it firsthand. Progressive was giving us the runaround. These guys freaking crush them. Call them. The consultation is free. So if you're dealing with bankruptcy issues or a criminal defense or a personal injury, you got hurt in a car accident at a store somewhere, call them. Business owner claims, commercial litigation, condo damage, call my guys at Welt Rheaume, 954-966-4646.